Welcome to the Know. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Adam.
And console makers just hate it when their secrets leak online, and they'll go to pretty great lengths to protect them. But it looks like Sony kind of taking it to a new level on this one.
Recently, a stolen software development kit for the PlayStation 4 was posted online.
Oops, that's not good.
It contains super secret info that could allow people to jailbreak the console and do all kinds of illicit hackery things to it.
Fight the planet!
And that set off a chain reaction of DMCA takedowns that some people say led to Sony censoring even simple conversations about the topic.
Oh boy, so we're in trouble. It's another case of a company trying very hard to protect its intellectual property from hacker theft, which happens more and more these days. But this time, I don't know, is it possible that they went a little bit too far?
Here's what happened. A few weeks ago, a hacker group known as Chrome Mods leaked the latest version of the PS4 SDK. As Ars Technica notes, the development kits are given only to authorized developers because they contain a lot of sensitive information.
How sensitive, Adam?
Well, if it got into the wrong hands, the SDK could help hackers figure out how to jailbreak consoles, which leads to all sorts of activities that console makers do not want.
As a Redditor noted in a post about the leaked SDK, it contains documentation and tools on everything to do with developing on PS4 dev kits. It'll help the modding scene a lot. So not all bad. It depends if you're into if you're into homebrew, if you're into modding your own hardware. Right, there are cool applications, but not from Sony's perspective.
And as you can imagine, Sony was not too happy about this info being posted online, and it used copyright law in the form of DMCA notices, not only to remove links to the actual SDK files, but also any discussions about it either.
Oh yes, it appears that in its effort to kill any and all links to the stolen SDK, Sony also targeted forum posts that discussed the links without actually linking to them.
One such post on the website PlayStation Hacks got
an X in it, so you know it's serious.
Got a DMCA notice, even though it included a note that explicitly said, "These files are illegal, so I will not be linking them."
Oh. The site owner, Gregory Rasputin, posted a note about Sony's takedown saying, "I personally could not see where I had infringed any copyright. All I had done is post some text and a screenshot."
Another site, the console hacking site, but also posted details of a copyright infringement notice it got from Sony that didn't seem to involve the latest SDK at all. Instead, the post involved an open source, unofficial PS4 SDK that had been available for years on GitHub and wasn't related to the copyrighted SDK version that Sony was apparently trying to protect.
Whoa, said in a post about the takedown. In other words, Sony's lawyers are visibly doing some broad keyword search and blasting website owners and internet providers with takedown notices for everything that remotely looks like it might be related to the copyrighted file. Hey, that's cost effective, I guess, more than actually confirming if actual copyright infringement happened or not on the sites, right? Yeah.
Ars Technica contacted Sony for comment, but they have yet to respond. But overall, it seems like Sony is using a pretty big hammer to try and squash this SDK leak, and could be censoring some innocent bystanders in the process.
As Ars Technica put it, the situation as it currently stands shows the perils of letting copyright holders cast too wide of a legal net in trying to squash the leaking of confidential material. While few would begrudge Sony its effort to try to recork the bottle containing its proprietary PS4 SDK after it leaked, extending that dragnet to mere reporting on the leak and to the posting of unrelated homebrew projects seems like an abuse of the law's intent.
Recently, hackers have stolen unreleased movies like Pirates of the Caribbean and shows like Orange is the New Black and tried to hold them from ransom from the studios.
NPR is still trying to recover from a ransomware attack. And jailbreaking a console is nothing new either. The DS, the Sega Dreamcast were famous for having active homebrew scenes thanks to hackers digging into the console. In a lot of ways, like these homebrews and hacks keep consoles alive after the actual creators of the console stop supporting them. The Wii and lots of other consoles could be modded as well. Obviously, console makers hate that kind of thing, and there's always a tug of war between hackers and companies trying to stop them with the latest system update.
But did Sony go a little too far this time and squash a legitimate conversation? Where does copyright end and free speech begin? At the end of the day, sadly, what seems to matter most is whether or not you can afford a lawyer, which Sony can. They can, a lot.
And it's an increasing thing you see is like, well, fine, we'll just take you to court and starve you.
Right.
What do you guys think of this issue? Is Sony in the wrong this time, or they just went too far, or do they have a legitimate point to stifle conversation about their copyrighted stuff? Let us know in the comments.
And for all your Sony news, including who they're going after for talking about things online, be sure to like this video if it doesn't get DMCA'd and subscribe to the Know. That's Age of Empires reference. Recently, hackers have stolen unreleased...
Corporate espionage is a sport. My tweet got DMCA'd?
That's money for a tweet.
Yeah. It's pretty dope.
Man, last time Sony DMCA'd us was fun.